Hi students, good morning. So far we have discussed differentiation, limits and continuity and application of derivative. Okay. Now we are going to discuss in part 2 book in that integration, which is a very important topic in the whole second year. Integration and more weightage. Entire textbook, first part 1 and part 2, in that compared to all the topics, this topic having more weightage, 21 or 22 marks weightage as per P board. Okay, 1 mark 1, 2 marks 2, 3 marks 3, and 5 marks 6 marks. 6 plus 5, 11 plus 6, 17 plus 4, 21 plus 1, 22. So from this only we come to know that by this weightage only we come to know this topic is very important. Okay, most of the students they will neglect this topic. Those who are big basics in differentiation. If you know well differentiation, you can able to understand the integration, which is easy, but initially you should hard work more. Initially you should hard work. Okay, then once if you catch the logic, the concept, then this topic is very easy than other topics. Once if you prepare one problem, okay, before the exam no need to prepare. Such logic skills there in this calculus part. Okay, it is not a bad skills. Only formula based formulas you can buy. Remaining concept. Okay, once if you try one problem yourself, just remember long time. You can't forget. Okay, that's why basics first beginning process. What I have discussed is that you should concentrate and practice more. Okay, so this topic there are two topics: integration, integral calculus. There are two topics in this. One is indefinite. Second one is definite. Indefinite and definite, both together called integration. Indefinite integration and definite integration. Okay, from definite integration 6 marks will get and 2 marks will get. 6 plus 2. And from indefinite, one may be asked from both, anyone. So 99% chances are there that 1 mark question will ask from indefinite, and 2 marks, 3 marks, 5 marks will get from indefinite. Okay. Now, what is we know already differentiation. Differentiation means is nothing but slope of tangent. dy by dx. dy by dx is nothing but slope of tangent. Now, integration means antiderivative or inverse process of differentiation. Inverse of differentiation or antiderivative or family of curves. See, dy by dx means slope of tangent at that point. Now integration means inverse of differentiation or antiderivative or family of curves. So that now we are going to discuss it. For example, y equal to x square, one curve which is parabola. Y equal to x square plus 1 also curve. Y equal to x square plus 2 also curve. Y equal to x square minus 1. Y equal to x square minus 2. Like that, how many curves we can write? Infinite. So y equal to, can I write x square plus c, where c is arbitrary constant. Arbitrary constants, it may belongs to 0, plus 0, 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 1 by 2 also we can take, 0.1 you can take, 0.2, anyone. So c belongs to real number. Okay, c is called arbitrary constant, not constant. Here 1 is constant. 2 is constant, but not 2 is not arbitrary constant, but C is arbitrary constant. Are you following? Now, if you draw these all graphs, what happens? See, y equal to x square, which is parabola 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2. Y equal to x square, which is represent parabola, which is open towards positive axis. X square equal to y. You have learned in the first period. Conic section. Y equal to x. X square equal to y. Y square equal to x is parabola is like this. Okay. Y equal to x square plus 1 parabola is passing to 0, 1 point. This is y equal to x square. This is y equal to x square plus 1. What about this? Y equal to x square plus 2. Like this, x square plus 3, infinite curves. And x square minus 1 is this. Y equal to x square minus 1. Y equal to x square minus 2. Yes? Take any point here, you draw tangent here, one point. If you draw tangent here, this tangent. These tangents, how is parallel? How is parallel? But curves are different. There are many curves, infinite curves, but tangent is same. If two lines are parallel and slopes are equal, then this slope and this slope is same. In these two tangents, these all tangents are parallel. Are you following? That means slope is same. Slope is nothing but dy by dx. Differentiation is same for all the curves. For all the curves, but curves are different. Curves are different. Now you are coming to the point here. See, here this slope of tangent is nothing but dy by dx. See, find dy by dx is dy by dx equal to 2x. This curve dy by dx is 2x. What about this is 2x. One derivative is 0. This derivative also 2x, 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 2x. So y equal to x square plus c, differentiation also 2x. All curves are different, but differentiation is same. Differentiation same means slope of tangent same. Slope of tangent same. The slope of tangent is nothing but dy by dx. Now the reverse process. See, dy by dx equal to 2x. So then 2x is called antiderivative of these curves. Are you following? So these family of curves, what are the family of curves? The curves represent integration. Curves represent integration. Slope of tangent represent differentiation. That is the differentiation. See, so the integration is denoted by symbol is like this. Yes, integration is nothing but sum. In the sum, first letter is yes. By enlarging yes, symbol is integration. Integration of 2x. Integration of 2x with respect of dx is first curve. What is the curve here? X square or 2x dx. 2x for all these curves. See, first curve differentiation 2x only. Second curve differentiation also 2x. Third curve also differentiation. So tell me, x square 1, x square plus 1, x square plus 2, x square minus 1, x square minus 2, or x square plus c. Instead of writing all these, this is enough. X square plus c, which is represent all the curves, where c is arbitrary constant. Where c is arbitrary constant. See here that these are called family of curves. Now these are represent family of curves. Are you following? So this is represent differentiation of the curve, slope of tangent. The slope of tangent equal to 2x. Now this antiderivative is this is y. 2x is equal to here y. Y nothing but x square or x square plus 1, x square plus 2, x square plus 3 or minus 1, minus 2. So instead of writing, if you write x square, 1 may be failed because for this both curve tangent is same. Are you following? Got a point? Understood? For all these curves, dy by dx 2x, dy by dx of x square plus 1 is 2x. Now the 2x is called antiderivative of 2x is, this is antiderivative of 2x is y. See, antiderivative of 2x equal to y. This antiderivative of 2x is denoted by integration 2x function with respect of x dx. Okay, this is simple. This is and this is same. Antiderivative of 2x is denoted by integration 2x dx, which is equal to y. Y means with all curves. All curves. Okay, that is the meaning is the differentiation and integration. Differential meaning is integration is nothing but antiderivative or inverse process of differentiation, or we can say family of curves. Okay, differentiation represents slope of tangent. It discusses at single point, but it is discussed the whole curves. So that's why C is a very important here. X square plus C. Understood? C. Once again, I am telling here integration of x square dx. Answer is sorry. D by dx of x square equal to 2x. D by dx of x square plus 1 equal to 2x. D by dx of x square plus 2 equal to 2x. Now reverse. Antiderivative of 2x means integration of 2x dx equal to x square. Integration of 2x dx equal to x square plus 1. Integration of 2x dx equal to x square minus plus 2. See, here same. For integration of 2x dx function is same, but curves are different. Okay, many will be here. 1, 2, 3, minus many will be here. So that's why instead of writing like this, we should add plus c, where c is arbitrary constant. Well, by finding the integration, compulsory you should add a c. Why should add c means c represent family of curves, infinite curves will be. If you not write c, means it represents only one curve. But one curve, this is only represented. But these all curves having same slope, same slope. But antiderivative is same should get. That's why y equal to x square is not only one curve, but all these curves represent same tangent. So that's why we should write plus c. This is compulsory. Don't forget while finding integration, we should add plus c, where c is called arbitrary constant. Understood? What a point? One more example. See, d by dx of x derivative is 1. D by dx of x plus 1 differentiation 1. D by dx of x plus 2 1. For all these curves, d by dx of x plus c also 1. For all these curves, slope is c. Now the antiderivative of 1, integration 1 with respect of x. Here we should write it in numerator. Integration of 1 dx is equal to, tell me, x or x plus 1 or x plus 2. Instead of that, we should write x plus c. Are you following? Be careful. Listen, once again I am telling, integration is nothing but antiderivative or inverse process of differentiation or family of curves. Okay? Differentiation is nothing but slope of tangent. Okay? So that's why finding the differentiation very easy, but integration finding very difficult. Because many curves are there. Okay? So it is not easy. There are methods. By using methods, we can find integration. There is no one process. Differentiation only one process. U into V apply for all the product of root. U by V product of root. But integration not like that. So different problems having different methods because of the family of curves. That you can know that further classes. Okay. Now understood. This is the definition of integration. Integration nothing but antiderivative. Okay. Is denoted by this. Okay. For example, d by dx of capital F of x plus c equal to f of x. Let this derivative is this. Then tell me antiderivative of this integration f of x dx equal to capital F of x plus c. Okay. If derivative of capital F of x plus c is small f of x, then small f of x antiderivative of small f of x is capital F of x plus c. Understood? d by dx of x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 differentiation. X raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 differentiation. This is constant 1 by n plus 1. X raised to n plus 1 differentiation. N plus 1 into x raised to n. Get cancelled equal to x raised to n. Equal to x raised to n. So this differentiation is this. Are you following? Now what about this? This is antiderivative of x raised to n is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. So it is denoted by integration of x raised to n dx equal to integration of this is this one. X raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. We should add plus c because integration represents family of terms. If you take a plus c also, the differentiation of this is same lineage because c differentiation is g. Are you following? Now we got formula. Derivative of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1. Now integration of x raised to n is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. So don't confuse. Standard formula. X raised to n differentiation is n into x raised to n minus 1. Okay, integration of x raised to n formula x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 because this derivative is this. Okay, okay, integration of x raised because I want the standard formula. So to get x raised to n, by taking this only we will get this x raised to n. Okay, so integration of x raised to n equal to x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. So that is formula, consider standard formula. Now integration of x dx. Integration of x dx. What is the n? 1. So x 1 plus 1 2 by 2 plus x squared by 2. Next, integration of x squared dx. What is the n? 2. Substitute in that x power x cube by b plus c. See, if you apply differentiation this, we will get this one. See, take d by dx of x square by 2 plus c differentiation. X square by 2 differentiation is 2x. 2 to get cancelled x. Plus c differentiation is 0. X is reverse process. Are you following? This differentiation also will get discussed. Okay. Next, integration of x raised to 5. X raised to 6 by 6 plus c. Integration of x raised to 100 dx. X power 101 by 101 plus c. Integration of root x dx. Root x means x power 1 by 2 plus 1. Power is 1 by 2. Okay, here n is except this is n not equal to minus 1. Because if n is minus 1, which is not possible. Okay, integration of root x power 1 by 2, x power 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 by 2 plus 1, which is equal to x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2 plus it comes up 2 by 3 to x power 3 by 2. integration of 1 by x squared dx. This we can write x power minus 2 dx. X power minus 2 dx. X raised to n, x power minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1 equal to x power minus 1 by minus 1 minus 1 by x minus 1 by x. Next, integration of 1 by x cube dx equal to x power minus 3 dx. X power minus 3 dx equal to x power minus 3 plus 1 minus 2 by minus 2 plus equal to minus 1 by 2x square plus. Integration of 1 by root x dx. This is, we can write 1x power minus 1 by 2 dx. Correct? This is the form of x raised to n or not? Yes. Now x raised to n, x power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So equal to root x by 1 by 2. We get 2 root x plus like that. If any problem in the form of x raised to n, base is variable, power is constant, then integration of x raised to n formula x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. This is called with respect of x. Integration of x raised to n with respect of x is denoted by integration of x raised to n dx. Understood? Now, what about integration of 1 by x? Is it applicable to that formula? No. Why? X raised to minus 1 dx. N is when n is minus 1, this is not applicable. So this is, we can find the different way. How? Log x. We know the differentiation of log x. D by dx of log x. D by dx of log x base e equal to 1 by x. 1 by x. Then the antiderivative of 1 by x is log x. So integration of 1 by x dx equal to log x base e plus e. Understood? So be careful. Formulas very important. Okay. Integration of x square by 2. Integration of x cube x power 4 by 4. Integration of x raised to n x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Integration of root x x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. Okay. Integration of 1 by x log x. You calculate the differentiation at this at a time. 1 by x. If I ask you to recall the differentiation of log x. Log x differentiation is 1 by x. The integration of 1 by x is log x. Like this. Next, d by dx of sin x. Differentiation is cos x. Then integration of cos x dx equal to sin x plus c. D by dx of cos x equal to minus sin x. So integration of sin x dx, because standard formulas always will keep positive. So to get positive, we should take here minus. If you take the minus cos x, we will get here positive. Only for getting purpose only for standard formulas. Standard formula integration of sin x plus will be there. So to get plus, we should take here minus cos x. Therefore, integration of sin x is minus cos x plus c. See, don't confuse. Derivative of sin x is cos x. Derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Integration of sin x is minus cos x. Integration of cos x is sin x. Understood? Practice. Integration of cos x equal to sin x. Integration of sin x equal to minus cos x. There, derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Here, integration of sin x is minus cos x. Integration of cos x is sin x. These are standard formulas. integration of derivative of tan x. Tan x differentiation is secant square x. So integration of secant square x dx equal to tan x. Integration of secant square x equal to tan x plus c. Right? Derivative of cot x. Derivative of cot x equal to minus cosec square x. To get positive, minus x. Then integration of cosec square x dx equal to minus cos x. Minus cot x. Derivative of sec x equal to sec x into tan x. Integration of sec x into tan x dx equal to sec x plus c. Derivative of cosec x equal to cosec x minus cosec x into cot x minus right here. Then integration of cosec x into cot x dx equal to minus cosec x plus c. C. Differentiation all trigonometric formulas we know: sin, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec. But see in the integration, only this what you see, you know only cos x and sin x differentiation. No tan x, no cot x, no cosec x. Okay. So what about integration of tan x? Integration of tan x, is it sec square x?